1839, the Newport Rising saw thousands of Chartists march on the city of Newport in Wales and face the army outside this hotel, the Westgate Hotel. They were demanding political rights and influence for working classes at a time of economic depression and hunger. And the events of that day led to at least 22 men losing their lives. Now, Chartism remains a really important part of Newport's identity. The movement was ahead of its time in calling for greater voting rights for constituencies of the same size and for the secret ballot. I'm in Newport today to find out whether or not democracy is still something that people feel needs fixing.
The Westgate Hotel
where we are.
was a wonderful place because, of course, out here was the Chartists and they all marched down Stowe Hill. It was votes for women. It was really giving women and everyone a chance to say what they believed in.
I lived in Newport 83 years. I think people are still proud of the Chartist. Yeah. Just unfortunately, our council hasn't been very supportive. If you look on the wall there, that originally in the town has a full wall, 8-10 foot high. We had a lovely mural which was paid for at public expense, probably a couple £100,000, as you think. And then for 30 years, they've been threatening to bring Devoners here. So finally they did. Anyway, as a result of that, they actually destroyed the mural because that was in the way of the development. So he just came along with an excavator and scraped it off the wall.
It seems so ironic, doesn't it, that a mural all about democracy.
And that's what they did, they destroyed it. There's a lot of people, customers in Lately, who said they won't vote next time.
Really?
Yeah, because they're not going to bother. Why bother? You see, I mean, that's a sign of, democracy breaking down, isn't it?
Does it feel as if Downing Street and Westminster is an awful long way away from Newport in terms of, what you might want here and actually what's being done in London?
Definitely, it's very distant. It feels like it's like something you watch on TV, it's for me, and like it's as if everything stayed the same, so there's no change.
I come from a country originally whereby, democracy was something my forefathers fought very, very hard for. So for me, it was ingrained from a very young age. You have a voice, and it's not something that is just your right. You have to fight for it, and you have to defend it.
I think, to me, democracy means everyone has a say in the way the money they pay in tax is spent. It means you have a way in the country you live in is run, the priorities of your country. And I don't think it's working at the moment because I think it's being absolutely stolen by our media. So I think opening discussions is vital because everybody thinks everyone's the enemy, but they're not the enemy. They just have a different view, and it's okay to have different views.
How do you feel about the future when you think about what that's going to hold in store for your children, for your grandchildren?
I do worry, especially for my grandchildren. I keep saying to my younger grandchild, you've got to solve the world. You're 11. He's just become head boy, and I keep saying,
bless him.
you're going to have to change the world because it is that younger generation really are going to have to do something, I think.
Yeah. I've spent the day here in Newport, which is 145 miles from Westminster. And it's been really interesting to talk to people about how it feels an awful lot further away than that, and that it can be really difficult to know what's going on with politics right now. We've talked a bit about Brexit and a whole lot more about democracy. And I've been really struck by how people in Newport feel incredibly proud of their Chartist history, and that they have a really strong sense of democracy as being something that is important to keep alive and to protect. And that whether people voted to leave or to remain or didn't vote at all, it's also incredibly important for the future that we see democracy as a living, evolving thing that we can't simply take for granted. It's something that we have to demand and to defend every single day. My name's Caroline Lucas, and I'm changing the conversation about Brexit.